Hello everybody, welcome back to Docshala. Today our topic of discussion will be plaque mineralization. So let us just dive into the topic. So let us see the question from dental text. The question is, a dash of saliva causes precipitation of calcium phosphate salts by lowering the precipitation constants. So what are the precipitation constants? Precipitation constants are nothing but the things which help in precipitation of salts in the in the saliva in the mouth. So they are nothing but things such as calcite deposits or dissociation constants of carbonic acid or PCO2 of saliva. So these are some of the precipitation constants of saliva. So the options are given are decreased pH, increased pH, decreased viscosity, increased viscosity. So which of the following factors causes these precipitation constants to alter so that they deposit calcium phosphate salts? By deposition of these calcium phosphate salts, what will happen? Plaque will get mineralized. Okay, so which is the favoring factor for plaque mineralization? Let us just see what favors it. So let us come to the concept of plaque mineralization. Plaque mineralization, theoretically we have two main categories of plaque mineralization, that is the mechanisms are divided into the two main categories. So here you can see the buildup of plaque here, right? So the first mechanism that we see is from local rise in calcium and phosphate ions, which may occur through following mechanisms. So the first mechanism of plaque mineralization is local rise of calcium and phosphate ions. How do these calcium and phosphate ions rise? It is by the following mechanisms. So it may rise due to increase in pH. So it might be elevated due to increase in pH. So pH is elevated when there is loss of carbon dioxide and formation of ammonia by dental plaque bacteria that causes precipitation of calcium phosphate salts by lowering precipitation constants. Either the pH is increased either by loss of carbon dioxide or by formation of ammonia in the dental plaque bacteria that will cause precipitation of calcium phosphate salts. Okay, indirectly causing the plaque formation. It might also be caused by colloidal proteins. So colloidal proteins, what they do is they bind calcium and phosphate ions and they maintain a supersaturated solution with calcium phosphate salts. When the colloidal proteins in saliva bind with calcium and phosphate ions, they maintain a supersaturated solution with calcium phosphate salts. So what happens here when the saliva stagnates? What happens? Saliva stagnates when we don't brush properly, right? What happens? These colloids settle there. Okay, the supersaturated state is not maintained. Okay, when these colloids are settled, the supersaturated state is not maintained, hence there will be precipitation of calcium phosphate, hence the plaque will get mineralized, right? So it's nothing but two main mechanisms for calcium and phosphate ion rise is increased pH and presence of colloidal proteins. Okay, next is phosphatase, presence of phosphatase from dental plaque or desquamated epithelial cells or bacteria. When this is also present, there will be chances of plaque getting mineralized. So how precipitates calcium phosphate? By hydrolyzing organic phosphates in saliva, which increases the concentration of free phosphate ion. Then second mechanism is epitactic concept or heterogeneous nucleation. The second mechanism also has another name. It is epitactic concept or heterogeneous nucleation. So in this mechanism, the main thing is we have some seeding agents. Okay, so what these seeding agents do is they form small foci of calcification, then they enlarge and coalesce to form calcified mass. So this is how the second mechanism helps in for mineralization of plaque. Nothing but there are seeding agents which form into small foci of calcification which enlarge and coalesce to form calcified mass. So here in this mechanism, the intercellular matrix plays an active role. Okay, because of the presence of intercellular matrix only, these seeding agents will be able to form small foci and get calcified further. So I think you are now aware of, you have got an idea what is like the two mechanisms consist of, right? A small note here. Mineralization of plaque starts extracellularly around both gram-positive and gram-negative organisms. Okay, extracellularly outside the cell, it starts at around both gram-positive and gram-negative organisms, whereas inside the cell, like intracellularly, Bacterionema, so here it is Bacterionema and Veillonella species have the ability to form hydroxyapatite crystals intracellularly. Okay, this is just a point you can just remember. So coming back to our question, so from the concept we have seen that in the first mechanism, the main thing is for formation of calcium phosphate salts. So calcium and phosphate ion are increased, right? So what are the three mechanisms by which it is increased? It is increase in pH and colloids, presence of colloids or presence of phosphates. Okay, and in the second mechanism it is presence of seeding agents which are present in favorable intracellular matrix. Okay, so this is what a simple thing which we need to remember. So from this we can easily arrive to the question, to the answer. So a dash of saliva causes precipitation of calcium phosphate salts by lowering precipitation constants. It does nothing but increase in pH, right? We have seen that. So what causes precipitation constants to lower? It is nothing but increase in pH. Okay, neither viscosity doesn't even play a role in plaque mineralization as we have seen in the previous concepts, right? I hope you have understood the concept. If you like our video, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do follow us on our Instagram handles at Docshala for dental content and at Docshala Medical for medical content. Do follow us on our Telegram handles. Thank you.